music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love,
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Marriage Boot Camp. This is Family Edition, season something. This is episode 4. These people crazy. Let me just say that. Today's lipstick is Urban Decay. I believe I've worn this color before. It is Heroin. It is a bluish color, if y'all can kind of see that. And I like it. I think I've worn it once before, maybe twice before, maybe once before on camera. But yeah, it's like a blue. I like it. Okay, it's like a midnight dark blue. Okay, and you know it works for me. So this particular episode of Marriage Boot Camp, they all batshit crazy. Let me just start by saying that, Amber confuses me just for the simple fact that, first of all, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I just have all this energy because I just ate 2 popsicles and drank some water. But yeah, Amber confuses me because 1 minute, Matt is a piece of shit, beaten, he's an abusive asshole, he's a woman beater, and all these things that he is. And the next thing she's telling us how bad she wants to fuck this man. So I'm like, I don't want to fuck him. I don't want to fuck him like that. I just don't. And it's like a switch that's turned on and off. Some days she loves him, some days she hates him. But I mean, it just doesn't seem consistent. It just doesn't. And I'm like, girl, you really in this man's crib because they live in cribs. You know what I'm saying? You climb this man's baby crib and trying to, tell him to fuck in your ass. Do you like him? Do you not? It's just so aggravating. Girl, just 2 days ago, he was a piece of shit. Now you want to suck his dick. You got to make up your mind. You can't have it both ways. We see Brandi talking about how her head hurts and she felt like she was hit with a baseball bat in her head. Her daddy in his drawers. I'm confused. Like, why is her daddy in his drawers? Like, I know they share rooms, but daddy, you ain't got no robe. Like, I just feel like I think it's weird for daddies to be in their drawers. I don't think I ever saw my dad, he was alive, walk around in his drawers. Like, he'd put a robe on or some pajama pants. Brandi daddy, put on some goddamn pants, man. That was just, whatever. We even see Renee asking Amber about why she was fucking with Brandi, calling Brandi a drunk. Now, while I don't agree with what Amber said and how she said it and how she insinuated it, what she said was partially kind of true. Brandi likes to drink. It is what it is, but as Renee's sister told her in the last episode, that ain't your fight, so you need to just leave it be. Amber was saying how, for her, she didn't think she was starting anything. And yeah, we didn't see Brandi daddy coming up talking about, because we know that Amber also brought up Brandi's daddy telling her that he heard his daughter was an escort. So he started to say how he felt like Amber is a shit starter. And I mean, and she is, but she felt like you told me something. I didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Her dad said it to me. We see Renee's sister Jen saying, you know what, Amber, if Matt told us something that you didn't want nobody to know, I bet you would be upset. And now Amber like, well, whatever, whatever. Then Renee, with a bit of karma, come up and say, well, Matt did tell us, last night what medications you on. And now Amber mad. And now she's pissed off because he went behind her back and said some things. Kind of the same way that Brandi daddy went behind her back and said something about Brandi, and your ass went and spreaded it. So my thing is, you get what you sow. You reap what you sow. Okay? And Amber on this particular show irks all the nerves that I have. Like, all of them. She just irks all of them. And now she's mad because of what he did. But he did the same thing Brandi did, and you felt like it wasn't no issue with it because it was just being real. Well, bitch, really, you on medication, so call a spade a spade. So we then even see Brandi coming down, and she talking about how she deaf in one ear. Girl, okay. I'm deaf in one ear. The doctors is kind of like, what's going on? Do you want to go to a hospital? She's like, no, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to be like a baby. Bitch, more than babies go to hospitals, okay? Whatever. They kind of make her go because the thing that she's complaining about, they think it can be an issue. And so, okay, well, let me go change clothes first. Girl, go change the clothes and go to the goddamn doctor. You know, at first we see her dad was like, he didn't want to go with her. He like, I choose to stay here. And then they like, well, no, you know, you her daddy, you need to be with her because she need that fatherly support. Brandi's a grown-ass woman who's just on the show to be on the show because she ain't got on the show to do. So that's, it is what, I mean, her and her father do have issues, but the most issues they have is how much her ass want to be on a goddamn reality show, and that's what she at. So she go, and the whole time she was there, she was acting like her daddy was getting her nerve. So my thing is, do you want to fix y'all situation or not? Because if you don't, then what you there for? You can't get mad if he got to be around you, bitch. You did to fix some shit. Fix it. Whatever. They have a little drill. Now, they put them like at little tables. They did the same thing on the last marriage boot camp with Javi and all of them, with Javi and Kayla and them or whatever, and Peter and Amina and whoever else was on that show, where they had you write what you needed, what you wanted, what you felt like you was missing on a puzzle piece. You're going to put the puzzle pieces together. So I didn't take me notes because it kind of got on my nerve. We do see how Amber, who was like, she's already in the mood. But Amber's in the mood because when they told her what Matt said about her truth, okay? And so she said how she wants or she needs, she does not have trust. And they say, well, what does that mean to you? We know that means people not talking behind my back. And he's like, that's not what that means. It's in the dictionary. That ain't what it says in the dictionary. I'm pretty sure it does not say that in the dictionary. You know, Matt said how he needs to be more in control of his own life. And then Amber gets pissed at him. Like, what you mean? You know, you control my life. I don't drive anywhere. He never lets me be alone. I'm like, well, that ain't got nothing to do with Matt, because now you still don't drive nowhere. You still have Andrew driving you wherever you want to go. Whenever Amber's in a relationship, the guy always drive her around. I've seen that just by watching Teen Mom all them dang on years. But you can't blame that on Matt. And no, she said how, you know, he took over all the bills and put them in his name. I mean, that's not a bad thing if he want to put the bills in his name, because at least that way, if you run them motherfuckers up, you know what I'm saying? It ain't on you, it's in him, because it's in his name. So I didn't see how that was a complete bad thing, because sometimes when people get in relationships, they do share the bills, and sometimes you're like, all right, we're gonna live together now, we shacking up, okay, well, this bill can be in your name, and this one can be in my name. So I think is if he came in and put the bills in his name, sometime, why is my phone going on? It's too late for my phone to be beeping. Sometimes that's just what men do. So I felt like, oh, he's so stupid. That's just what men do. So I think it's a difference between that being something controlling, and that sometimes is what people who are in a real relationship do. You share the goddamn bills. But honey, Matt was petty Matt today. Petty Paul. He was Petty Paul, and he was like, bullshit, that's not true. You know, you had bad credit. You couldn't even get cable in your own name. Well, you can't get cable in your name. Like, in here in Michigan, we have Comcast cable for the most part. Comcast cable, AT&T or whatever. You can get DirecTV, but Comcast is like one of our biggest carriers or whatever. If you can't get Comcast in your name, that means you had a Comcast bill already, and you ran that shit up, and you ain't pay it. So when he said she couldn't get cable in her name, I said, Amber, well, who named with your bills in before he came around? Because you saying that he put the bills in his name, so did he put the bills in his name because you couldn't have them in yours? My bills was on before I met you. And so that still made me wonder, well, why did y'all switch the bills to be in his name? Because my thing is, you would have to agree to get the bills put in his name. You would have to give him the information of the account of the house y'all was in to put stuff. But you know, girl, if you like it, I love it. But it was just crazy to see them going back and forth, because she was like, well, he controls my life or whatever. The female doctor wouldn't want to say, well, you know, sometimes, Matt, if you feel like that you don't have control over your own life, you could be controlling over someone else's life, even if you don't realize you're doing that. And he took that in, and he heard it, and he accepted it. You know, we see how Renee said how she wants to be respected, Jen said how she wants peace, and Lana said how she wants open-mindedness. Them sisters don't really need to be there, because they old in their ways, and they is what they is. And I don't think their issues are so major. I think Renee just extra and loud. I think the one sister, Lana's quiet and don't care. And then the middle sister, Jen, Um, I think I don't know about her yet. I don't know. But I'm just like, I'm like, whatever. We see how Jim say he wants them to live together. Why do you, I don't, Jim, buy a mansion. Because Chrissy even said that if we was to all live together, it would have to be in a huge house. Buy a huge house that has 3 different wings. You and Chrissy share 2 wings of the house, and Mama had a 3rd wing somewhere in the back. Or, even people have houses that have mother suites, where, the whole back of a house is a whole guest house in the back, and that's where Mama stay. But you can't want to be like in a 3-bedroom, 2-story house with your mama. Like, that don't work. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in like no little condo with your mama living there. You too old for that, bruh. You are. I get wanting your mom to be close. Because, hell, if I could, I would live with my mama forever. Okay? Forever. But, parents and children, they do sometimes need space. So, I don't live too far from my mom. And eventually, I would love to have a house big enough. But my mom would have her own mother suite. She would have her own parts of the house where she has her own space. So that not only is she not in my space, I'm not in hers. Everybody need their own space. And I'm like, why are you trying to share space with your girlfriend and your mama and they don't get along? Jim, you just got to stop that now. Because, come on. Chris said how she wants more understanding of what it's like to be her and be in between the middle of Jim and his mama. Chrissy a fool if you ask me. Chrissy been putting up with Mama Jones and Jim Jones for 12 years. Girl, that's worse than prison sentences. You need to just go ahead and move on, free yourself, give us free, and move off the plantation. Because at the end of the day, Jim and Mama Jones gonna always have each other, and you will always be the person on the outside. And we know that because Jim ain't fixed the shit in 12 years. 12 years he ain't fixed it. Girl, bye. They bring up how Jim also brought up how he wants better communication, but his ass don't ever talk. And he said it's not that he doesn't talk. He just say he doesn't talk a lot, but when he do talk, it'd be relevant. I mean, I can say I get that because the one time, the first day they was there with us picking them rooms, we did see him talking to the guy doctor, and the things he was saying made somewhat sense. And I said, oh my God, Jim talking and what he's saying, it actually makes sense. And he was saying a lot of stuff. I can't wait for my new cup to come so I can stop being ghetto and drinking out of water bottles. I got other cups in my house, but I just want a pretty cup to drink on camera because I'm fancy like that. But yeah, so that was them. We got those because Brandi at the hospital still. So we then see Renee, the puzzle piece. They put the puzzle pieces together and they flipped it over. Now on Marriage Boot Camp, the real marriage people, when they put the puzzles over and they had pieces missing, it was like a picture of them as a couple and they was missing pieces of them. For this family one, when they flipped it over, they put all the pieces together, and on one side it looked like it was a fish, on the other side it looked like it was a turkey. So it was like, sometimes you may all want the same thing but see things differently. And I'm like, that's kind of a clever way to explain things. That was pretty cool. We then see Renee, Jen, and Chrissy outside talking. And this is, casual conversation or whatever. And, Renee was mentioning how she talked to Mama Jones and how Mama Jones feel like Chrissy don't take care of Jim the way she would take care of Jim. And Chrissy like, she right, I don't. And mainly because Chrissy not his mama. She's his woman. And the way I can't take care of you how your mama did because I'm not your mother. And I don't want to be my man's mother. I want to be my man's woman. So the way I do things will be different. I'm not going to baby you. I'm not going to coddle you. I ain't your mama boy. You know what I'm saying? And I think for Mama Jones to want another woman to be his mother is weird to me. So I'm like, Mama Jones, but Mama Jones is crazy. I think she's wonderful, but she's wonderfully crazy. But she said, at times she just feels like she just wash her hands of him. Girl, after 12 years, you should have washed your hands, cut them hands off, grew new hands, and just moved on with your life. But girl, if you look, after 12, someone commented and said, Chrissy gonna be like Juju. How Juju was with Cameron for 10 years, and they never got married, and then now she back on the market, because his ass wasn't doing right, or he didn't want, or it didn't work out. Okay, we're gonna say that. Chrissy, girl, after 12 years, and y'all have not gotten married, y'all don't have any children, and you still beefing with his mama, what you holding on to? You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in, you really do have to get along with your mate's parents, because if not, it will always be contention. And some people say, well, no, you have to choose, and if your parent don't accept your wife or husband, you can, that's your new family. Now, when you dating someone, if they don't get along, it might not be wise. Because my thing is, I would never want to have to choose between my mama and my wife, or my Lord Jesus, my parent and my husband, because I'm a female. And if y'all can't work towards something, it just seems like y'all gonna always be going in circles and going crazy. So I wouldn't want to have a crazy ass life. Like, I love my easy breezy life. Like, I have issues like everybody else, I do, but for the most part, I would never bring someone into my family who will be consistently beefing with my family. Like, families have arguments here and there, I get that, but you can't really just be beefed out with my mama, my daddy, or my sister, my brother, and we gonna just be cool. No, because I don't have time to be going in between y'all. So Chrissy, good one, girl. Well, not she good. She's a special one to wait out 12 years to go through all this bullshit, and her ass ain't even married yet. Is she on, girl, is you on the deeds? Is you on the life insurance policies? Because my thing is, God forbid something happened to him. What do you get for all them years? No, a ring that you pay for herself. That was not nice. We then see Matt and Amber arguing. Like, Matt in his room, in his bed, in his toddler bed. Amber coming in like, she just come in. She come in on 10. She goes in on her goddamn dang on toddler bed, and they're kind of arguing back and forth, and she admits that she's upset because you should not have been talking to him about my medication. He admits, you right, I was wrong, I should not have done that. You correct, you're absolutely right in that. Amber's still like, but he's still like, but you still be fooling and tripping or whatever. And she said, like, well, you are the reason, you lying makes me go crazy. And I'm like, this looks familiar. He goes on to say how, it's going to take you to kill somebody for people to see who you really are. And I think what he meant Amber is batshit crazy. Amber flips out. But we've seen Amber flip out. So I don't think she has to kill anyone. I think we are well aware of the fact that she has issues, and that she has tremendous anger issues, and she sometimes don't know how to control her anger. But this is what I feel like. I feel like Amber don't know how to control her anger because Amber hasn't stepped to the right person. No one, and I don't mean like, I'm not condoning men hitting women at all. I mean, even females. Amber hasn't stepped to the right person to knock her ass down to size. I'm a firm believer in women should not put their hands on men and expect a man not to hit them back, and men should just not put their hands on women, period. Amber has a tendency of hitting men in the retrospect of thinking they can't hit me back. And if they hit me back, they a piece of shit. No, if you hit a man, he hit you back, you shouldn't hit him. Like, he shouldn't hit you back. He should not have hit you back, but you can't go putting your hands on people because everyone was not taught to not hit women. So you can't assume if I hit him, he can't hit me back. Girl, that ain't how things go. So, I mean, like, I just want her to just kind of get knocked down the peg, and not by a man, it's by somebody in general. When she was trying to go at Chrissy, and Chrissy told her, bitch, I ain't the one. This ain't Teen Mom. It's a whole different breed. Chrissy let her know, bitch, you ain't gonna want to, you don't want to really beef with me. And we seen Jim Jones, get Amber out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying? So they going back and forth. Amber then says, I want my exes to come up and say how I never hit them. And he was like, so you never hit me? And this is literally what she said. She says, I hit you because you pushed me to do it. It's your fault. I said, at this point, Amber is an abusive deadbeat baby daddy. Because think about it. She's a deadbeat mama. Okay? We've have established that based on my, y'all ain't seen my reviews for Teen Mom. Go watch them. She not there for her daughter much. Okay? We had the whole thing on the episode other day. She said, the daddy said, Amber's only seen Leah twice through the whole summer, and her response was, I saw her 3 times. Bitch, 3 times over a 4-month period or 3-month period? Girl, bye. Anyway, so my thing is, we know that she's not an active parent of her daughter, like she's a deadbeat, and then she has a tendency, or she has a history of beating up her boyfriends. She's an abusive deadbeat parent. She is. Because when to literally say to somebody, I hit you because you make me do it. if a man said that, how would we look at that dude? We would look at him like, you piece of shit. She can't nobody push you to hit them. So for Amber to say that as a female, I think it's a complete double standard, because if a man said that, everyone would be all up and I can't believe, how would he say that? You can't hit me and Amber and think it's okay because he's a dude and say, well, you piss me off so much, I have to hit you. No, because that's not you. No, just no. She's then kind of yelling at him saying, you would never admit to hitting me. And he says, no, I did hit you. But he says, I hit you, but it was in self-defense because you hit me. And again, she goes on how, how you make me hit you. Excuse me. I think it's a difference between a woman hitting a man and a man hitting her back. I think if you hit a man and he hits you back, you can't call him a woman abuser. You know what I'm saying? I think because some people, I tell my nephew, if someone hits you, you have the right to hit them back. Point blank into the period. Don't put your hands on my nephew, bitch. Or dude, don't do it, because I've told him before, you have every right to defend yourself if someone is trying to hurt you. And I think that's things that we need to tell people, that you can't just go around hitting people and expecting them to not defend themselves. And you have to also explain, you don't try to hurt them, but you try to make sure they know to not hit you again. So you don't, it's equivalent when they say if a cop shoots to kill, why shoot to kill? No, you shoot them in their arm or their leg. You do something to stop them from whatever they're doing. So even if someone is attacking you, you don't have to break their nose or break their arm or whatever, but you hit them hard enough to where they will stop fucking with you and they sit their ass the fuck down. Okay? And Amber would do that if somebody would just knock her ass down one time, because you can't go around beating up on your boyfriends, girl. You can't do that and then feel like they worse than you because they hit your ass back. And y'all can tell, I can't believe that. I honestly believe that I don't go around hitting men. If I had a daughter, I would not tell her to hit a man. I would never tell my daughter, well, if you can hit him first because he shouldn't hit you back. I would never advise a female to do that, because that's just not fair. That's not fair to that female. That's also not fair to that man. Because if I have a son, I don't want somebody else's daughter thinking, oh, I can beat up on DJ because he better hit me back. No, bitch. If you hit him once, he gonna hit your ass back one good time, and you gonna leave him alone. And I think we should teach kids and adults to keep your fucking hands to yourself. Because if you keep your hands to yourself, no one has to hit you back because you ain't hit their ass first. And let me just move on for that, because I can go on and on and on. So the next thing that we see is they had basically broke them up into groups to make Thanksgiving dinner. They had somebody going out to gathering turkeys, somebody else is going out and gathering bobbing for apples to make apple pie, so this shit like that or whatever. It was cool. It was fun. They laughed. They had, it was cool or whatever. Everyone participated for the most part. Brandi didn't, because she came back from the hospital and they wanted her to get some rest because she wasn't feeling good or whatever. So she didn't participate, but everyone else did. So they didn't gather all the stuff, you know what I'm saying? They in the kitchen cooking, all getting along, they help each other out. It's a whole little thing going on. It's like a bonding moment. Here come Amber. Oh my God, I lost my big ring. And they're like, oh, did you lose in the food? No, outside looking for them turkeys. Bitch, fuck you in that ring. Yeah, it's like a 10-carat ring, and I can't believe I lost it. Da, 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 da. Who go out trying to grab turkeys with a 10-carat diamond ring on their finger? Not a real one. A real one. Gotta be fake. Because who would do that? We then see Matt say, I'll go look for it, out there, but can you put these lobsters in the water when it finishes boiling? Because I'm going to go look for your ring. No, I can't do that. Well, bitch, look, I would have been like, your ring gonna be lost. So he said, can you just come and tell me when the water ready, and I'll go look for your ring, and I'll come back and do the lobster. Amber is an ungrateful ass little girl. She earns like every goddamn nerve I have. So, he couldn't find the ring. He upset because he paid for the ring with Amber's money. And so it was a 10-carat diamond ring that cost him thousands and thousands of dollars. But again, who wears a real 10-carat diamond ring on Mayor's boot camp when they're out in the backyard chasing turkeys? Who does that? No one. Girl, bye. They at the table eating. They all having a good time. It's a good little Thanksgiving dinner. We then see Brandi come downstairs. And Brandi, I don't know if she was upstairs drinking, but she came down, and I swear I think she was drunk. I really, really do. But she came down, so they told me to get some R&R, rest and wrestling. She pulls out 2 bottles of wine. I don't know where she got the wine from. Like, girl, do you have wine up? Amber was right a little bit. Brandi has a bit of a drinking problem. She really do. So, she sit down. They all drinking. They all laughing. Brandi is getting shit-faced because she's getting a little bit tipsy. She's feeling herself and everything. And I'm like, girl, stop drinking. But you said doctors come in. They basically give them all assessments in one way or another. Telling them how the whole day was based on them seeing how their needs and wants can be met. And, how the people who was like bobbing for apples, how hard it was to bob for apples. And, you can keep trying, but you can never get there. But sometimes it's about doing things a different way. Okay, cool. So it was that kind of stuff or whatever. They then go around the table telling them to be honest with each other and kind of saying what they don't like or why they're happy that they're not in the same family with so-and-so and so-and-so. I think Matt got it the worst. I'm not going to go person by person. I think Matt got it the worst simply because everyone has a idea of who he is based on what Amber says. But I believe Amber about 35%. I believe Amber 35%. I believe Matt 35%. And the other 30% is the truth. Okay? That's really how it is. I felt bad for Matt though, but what was cool was that he took everything everyone said. I think Jimmy said he was a piece of shit. But he took it all without being defensive and getting mad. But I did feel bad for Matt. I really, really did. I like how people told Jimmy that he needs to speak up more, and to make sure that he allows Chrissy to have her place in his life, and have his mom have her place in his life. Meaning Chrissy is your woman, that's your mama. They should each have their own place without competing with the other one. And sometimes you need to speak up to make that happen. So that was cool. Then here come Brandi. Jesus. Excuse me. Brandi stand up. And I think it was either Jen or Lionel said, I don't know what to say to you yet. Like, I don't know. And Brandi literally pulled her titties out. I mean, she just fully pulled her tits out. She had on pasties on her nipples. And she laughing. That, to me, was completely inappropriate. And she is completely trying to make her father uncomfortable, so she keeps doing stuff for the body because her daddy thinks she's an escort or thought she was an escort, so she's just consistently trying to get up under his skin. But I'm like, who put their titties out with their daddy scene right there? Like, what? Like, in what world? I mean, unless you living in Hugh Hefner's mansion, may God rest his soul, why you pulling your titties out? I just don't I don't understand it. And it's like, do you show your tits because you have nothing else to show? You have nothing else to give, so all you have is let me show my body, or let me be a little bit drunk, let me be the tipsy, crazy white girl, because that's all that I have. And I'm great for reality TV because it's crazy. Girl, you too old to be going through all that. Put your titties up and do something with your damn self. We then see Judge Tola come out and give her opinions on everybody, basically. And I'm like, I don't really care about what she said. Not that it was dumb, but I just like, okay, because she do it every week. We then see Brandi again trying to be extra, and she's completely drunk. Honestly, she is. She goes and sits on Jim Jones' lap, and Chrissy Jim looked uncomfortable. And she was like touching his chest, and even though she was making Chrissy and Jim talk, it was so inappropriate for her to sit on that man's lap. And everyone kind of looked like, what the fuck? And she sat there for like a little while. Like, it wasn't no little quick thing. And then we heard Chris say, okay, get up. Okay, go over there. Go over there, whatever. And leave it at... people inboxing me stuff. And just different stuff. So when she gets up, she shakes her ass a little bit. She do a little shimmy in front of Jim Jones. And I'm like... Bitch, did you just shake your ass up? Look, if I was Chrissy, me and Brandi would have had a full on, it would have been a loud conversation. Like, even if you were trying to be funny to make your dad feel whatever way, don't do that at the expense of making me and my man be uncomfortable around you, bitch. Don't do that to me. And, we do see Chrissy in the kitchen talking to, I think, Renee and maybe Jen or whoever in the kitchen. I know Amber wasn't in there. And, she felt that it was disrespectful. Jim admits that he was uncomfortable, that he didn't know what to do. And it was just crazy. So, From there, we see Renee go upstairs into Brandi's room and say, "Hey, real quick, I can't sleep. I can't really sleep. But I can't say it out loud." And Brandi said, "Oh, okay, no problem." And we did hear like a pill bottle being opened. So it's insinuated that Renee went to Brandi and got some pills, and she's supposed to be clean and sober. But honey, you ain't clean and sober if you popping pills from Brandi. And that's how the episode went on. So we're gonna see how that really goes. We'll see what else happens next week. It was kind of interesting for this week, but it is what it is. But other than that, people, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.